Yeah.
Okay. Captain's log, stardate 537363.3. The USS Kismet is currently charting the Gribbly Nebula way out here in the Shackleton Expanse. It's been a while since we've done such an in-depth, far-flung survey trip before. We're getting back into the swing of things. Other than our encounter with unknown alien vessel, our recent exploration of but one. I think we're really settled. Let's see what this nebula has to hold and love.
All right, I'll give you guys an opportunity for any free role plays you guys want to do.
As long as nothing's not blown up in engineering, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I was just trying to sort out something on the stream.
Actually, wait, no. I think I know something I'd like. I'd like to do more or less what I did with Zoha uh, during the last episode, and I'm going to go down to the science labs to meet and discuss with our new chief of sciences.
We'll go ahead and grab the doors to the science lab.
Ah, you how has he been with us long, or? Because I mean,
That's something you guys can figure it out.
yeah, how long do you think you've been with us, Jenner? Jenner? Bueller?
He's dead, Jim.
I'm here.
Hey, Jenner. So,
Can
how
you hear
long
me?
how long do you think
There we
you've
go.
been with the Kismet so far? Did you just transfer on, or have you been with us?
We'll just say I just got promoted up to it, so I've probably been like 8 months, a year.
Oh, okay. So well, if it's been 8 months, a year, then you've been with us since the beginning.
Yeah, I just was
Okay.
quietly sitting in my corner.
Mm-hmm. Ah, Mr. Jenner, how are
Oh, they're good. All sciencey and such.
This place is a lot more peaceful without the cacophony of chicken clucking.
Chicken clucking. I must have been off shit for that part.
Yeah,
What?
well,
Was the last science officer a chicken?
our last science officer had a chicken.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that. I totally knew that.
Yeah.
Because I've been here so long.
Yes, you have.
Yes, no, I don't have any of that. I just have loud dogs, that's all.
Well, as long as you keep them in your quarters, everything should be fine.
Alright, that's cool with me. Yeah, other than that, just getting all the sensors fine-tuned for the nebula and everything like that, so nothing crazy going on here.
Well, do the best you can. The Kismet might have some of the nicest sensors in the entire fleet, but even they'll have a hard time crushing through a nebula this volatile.
Well, that's what I'm gonna fix.
Well, see to it, and he, gives him a clap on the shoulders. Let me know if you need anything. I'll have Zoha give you any engineering assistance that she can muster.
Okay, thank you. Oh, sir, would you like to come over here and look at my quilt that I made?
Your what?
My quilt.
Quilt.
Yes, I made a quilt that has pictures of you on it. It's a gift.
Okay. And he walks over. Did he, knit a quilt?
Yeah, it's one of my focuses.
Okay. Is it like a quilt with the captain's face on it?
Yes, I'm just trying to use my focus here, that's all.
Okay. He picks it up, he looks at it, and goes, I see. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And he neatly folds it up, and again, notably, he folds it up in such a way that you cannot see the face. And he just taps it, says, thank you. Just keep working on those sensors. And the captain leaves.
Will do. Take care. I just had to.
I miss the chicken. And he walks away.
All right, so the question I have then is where is everyone's stations now? I mean, I know where engineering is, I know where Pend is.
I think I'll make myself semi-useful and hop up to the bridge.
Debatable.
So the question is, what station would the new science officer take? Would it be a bridge position? Would it be that relegated to the science labs?
Are you asking me, or I assume the captain would assign me?
Yeah, you take up the bridge console,
Okay. Yes, sir.
and I assume Zoha is just secluded away and is sheltered themselves away in main engineering.
I mean, that is where the chief engineer is supposed to be, so yeah.
Yep. All right. See you in 5 weeks when you have to come up for air.
All right, cool. If there's no other role play, we'll throw everyone in those said positions and we'll get officially started.
I'm afraid, because he asked us what our exact positions were.
It's really who am I sending information to is really the question.
Oh, okay.
I remember how I do interact.
Oh yeah, you do
I send it to you via message
on Discord or on here?
on
Hotline?
Discord.
All right.
Should have popped up.
Let's see. Because I had it set so I could flip over to the push to talk thing.
Yeah, I just do that to allow for some role play instead of me having to talk the information, and then you having to role play the information. This way you can just straight to role play.
All right, Captain. Our sensors are detecting a ship dropping out of warp nearby.
I see. Any do we have a bead on the ship's make?
Nothing yet. Let me run this, scan the ship a little more to check.
All right, since you guys, so on the view screen, you see a small ship that has like a very basic design. The ship is mostly comprised of a cockpit, a small fuselage, and a single engine seated in the back of the ship. Its shape is similar to that of, like a rocket. It's kind of looks like that. And the ship is visibly venting plasma.
That does not look good. Do we have any life signs?
I'll scan for life signs.
All right, this will be reason or control using medicine or science. Difficulty 2.
Does the ship assist?
Using the sensors and whatever discipline he uses.
Well, then the difficulty goes down to 1. Because advanced sensor is so broken.
Alright, so I want it on task roll 1.
Task roll for general task roll, it's always 2.
2.
When I say difficulty, it's how many successes you need.
Okay.
So then you just on the sheet you just select whatever discipline and attribute you use. So it could be reason or control.
Yeah, I got that. I got control and science,
Cool.
and then I just click the little rolly thing.
Yep.
Okay. And who's gonna roll the ship?
Probably the captain
Oh,
or the engineers. Got it.
I think the engineer likes rolling the ship die.
I mean, it gives me something to do.
Okay,
Works
so
for me.
that's a momentum.
Yep, got one.
Hell yeah. Off to a bang up start.
All right, so I detect 2 humanoid life signs on board. Life signs are erratic and fading.
Oh boy. Mr. Mr. Pend, I need you to bring us in as close as you can. And Captain taps his comm badge. Zoha, prepare to beam someone up. They're not going to be in particularly good condition.
You want me to beam straight to sickbay, I'm assuming?
If possible. I know the nebula is going to make it hard to get a lock, so site to site might be a bit too risky.
See what I can do.
All right. Pen is probably just a it happens task.
Yeah.
And
Figured as much.
what is the transporters? Control engineering, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's control engineering and the ship assists with sensors engineering.
Cool. We'll make it a difficulty 3 task.
So difficulty 2 because ship has the god sensors.
I have a focus of transporters and replicators, and I'm gonna spend 1 momentum for that extra die,
Yeah, go for it, because
which
Oh.
is important because of the complication. If someone besides me wants to roll the ship,
I'll do it. Sensors science.
engineering, sensors,
sensors.
engineering.
That's okay because advanced sensors is just for the sensors, so we good.
That's what I had.
Cool.
Jenner, your dogs.
Yeah, I know.
And ELH, you gotta re-roll your. You gotta re-roll that. There we.
I am. The sheet is just being dumb.
Oh.
There we go. Much better.
Yes.
All right, cool.
So that's what, 2 momentum?
We're at 2 momentum now.
Cool. Sound effects, there they are. And they're beamed to sick bay, and the medical team is going to take care of their stuff.
Mhm.
Which that's the part I'm going to have to do for you.
Mm. Yeah, we just do not have the people for it.
Anything else on the bridge?
So I suppose let's see. Hang on. It's
I've got one if you're interested.
no. I know what I want to say. It's just words. Chief Jenner. I want you to get a reading on that ship there. How stable is it? Is it in danger of exploding?
That's exactly what I was about to check.
All right, this will be reason or engineering using sensors engineering. Difficulty
You mean-
1.
You mean reason science or engineering?
Nope.
So you said reason or engineering. The way you said that was weird.
What? Yeah, whatever. Reason engineering. Sensors engineering.
Difficulty
1.
Okay. No need to spend any momentum on that.
Yes, you're welcome.
That's good. Good
Oh, yeah.
shit.
2 more momentum.
Do.
I'm waiting for the sensors to give me the reading.
Yep,
So,
had
as
a
of Right now, it looks like the ship has limited capabilities for flight. Only seems the ship does not seem to be designed for anything extensive. It seems to be essentially a rocket, only designed to go straight, short lines.
I see.
Thrusters are limited, no impulse drive.
So it's
and
just a
from this
warp
distance,
rocket.
that's all I can tell.
Would we be able to spend a question to determine whether or not it's in any danger of exploding?
He's a science officer, so he gets one
yeah.
question free.
Yeah.
All right. Is that ship gonna go boom?
And he also has
This is
studious,
yourself
if I'm not
that-
mistaken, as well.
Yeah,
So you get all the free questions.
basically. But the computer's telling me that there's no danger of explosion at the moment.
At the moment. Understood. Next question, I think. I want to know if there are any docking hatches on the outside of this thing. Sending out trying to do too much transporting in this nebula is just a recipe for disaster. I want to see if we can send a shuttle over.
I'm just gonna ask the question: were we ever told how big it is? Like scale
It's a
2, scale
2-person
3?
craft.
Like a scale 1.
Oh, we can just bring that into the shuttle bay.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right then.
Is it scale 1? Do I want it to be scale 1?
Oh, it does change things because we don't have the
Yeah.
extended shuttle bays.
Yeah. Let's keep it scale 2.
Okay, so we can't bring it into our shuttle bays.
But it's small. Like it's too long.
Too
if
long
that-
for the shuttle bay.
Yeah.
That's not what she said.
Shut up. Okay. So in that case, I still would like to ask the question about potentially docking with the shuttle.
I'm scanning. Can you zoom in with the viewer? Alright, so what I'm seeing here is that there is a single hatch, but it's not a docking hatch. It seems more like a door, just to get in and out.
I see. Is there any way that, like, you could take a shuttle and use it to dock with it?
Well, where there's a will, there's a way, but there's no way to latch onto it directly.
I see. Hmm.
I mean, do we want to know where it's come from? If we can chart where it came from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
so-
idea.
Cannot do that from here.
Alrighty. Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna have to go over there ourselves.
Alright. Sounds
Uh,
good to me.
In that case, Mr. Jenner, I'd like you to stay here on the bridge with me. Mr. Pend, you go down and collect Lieutenant Commander Zoha. I want you to take a shuttle out to that ship, see what you can find.
Very well, shouldn't take too long. And I will head down to engineering and collect our engineer. Sure, let's go for engineer.
Oh no, I just put Pend and Zoha in a room together.
You did
sure
this to yourself.
You put them on a ship together, a separate small one.
And we'll open the doors to engineering.
Oh, it's you.
Yes,
What is it this
it's
time?
me. Captain is sending you along with me. We're heading over to the alien ship, find out whatever information we can find.
Did I do something wrong? Is the captain angry at me?
No, the captain's just an idiot. You get used to it.
Ah, well, on that we can agree. Well, do we at least have our choice of shuttle?
Pretty much. Pick one and we'll head
Yeah.
off.
Hey, look at what we actually have in the bay here.
There is one shuttle for this situation that I think is quite what we need.
Let's see. Let's go with a Type 7.
I was gonna say, yeah, the T'Pren is probably what you guys are gonna want.
Well, the benefit of the Type 7 is it has a lot of room. So if we have to, like, take things and repair them and all that, we've got room for it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I can hide his body under lots of debris.
Yeah. So I guess we'll take over some spare supplies with the Type 7, just in case we want to repair anything on the alien ship.
Mm-hmm.
Then should we head off and hopefully figure something out about this ship.
Off we go.
Cool.
Dang it, I keep forgetting how to push the top.
Beautiful.
We'll go ahead and go to scene 3. And Pend, let's go ahead and give you a nice little control con task, difficulty 2, to navigate successfully next to the ship.
I'll give you one threat.
Is
Do it
the
right there.
shuttle assisting at all?
Yeah, engine's con.
All right, that's what is that? That's a 6, so 7. All right.
Not particularly great, but it's just another chance to.
Well, good job, shuttle.
Can I re-roll his fuck up?
I'm willing to drop two momentum.
What did you do to my shuttle?
I'll
Well,
drop.
don't you have bold security or bold con?
Yeah, but that's for my roll, not for the actual ship.
Oh yeah, fair point.
Yeah, so-
Well, apparently whatever idiot service this thing last decided to reconfigure the entire lateral array, so I guess we're in a spiral now.
But I'm gonna spend two. I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to negate that complication.
Well, the idiot is from your department, so sort your shit out.
Well, see, the thing is, and it is at this point, that whatever complication or thereof happens,
Or I guess we are gonna get a complication then.
Okay.
because I want us to keep the momentum.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yep.
I figure we're gonna need it.
Oh, who just joined?
Evans!
Hey, Evans.
Hello.
Right, I'm thinking of complication. I'm gonna save the complication for later. I'm gonna bank the 2 threat.
Damn it.
All right. Well, then nothing happens.
Basically, it's Pen flying in circles.
Whee!
Taking the scenic route, I see.
Why, have you anything better to do today?
Well, I was going to realign the thermal induction port, but, fuck it. I don't have things to do.
Well, join my club.
Wasn't aware you had a club.
Yeah, it's called the I Don't Do Shit Club.
It's a fun club.
Apparently so.
We should do something about that later.
And with all this banter, you finally arrive at the ship.
Cool. Now that we're closer, could I run a sensor scan or try to figure out what I can glean from the design or the computers on it? You know, something engineering related.
Probably not. You won't be able to learn anything else from scanning the ship
Okay.
from the
wasn't
outside. From the outside.
sure. All right. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna dock or whatever with the shuttle or with the alien ship, and if it's got a Class M environment, I'll go over.
I mean, if need be, we can just park the ship, put suits on, and go across.
Yeah, but I think EV suits are technically a cost 1, so it's not a bad thing. It's just we would be
you could use the fact that the Type 7 shuttles are well supplied.
This is true.
You could make the roll to give it EV suits if you need it.
I'm happy just to give Ed threat for shits and giggles, like I usually do.
All right, looks like well supplied is insight engineering with a difficulty of 2. All right.
Well, that's only if we need EV suits. I wouldn't
I don't know, Ed. Do we need EV suits?
I mean, there's a perfectly functioning transporter pad in the shuttle.
Why would we transport if we're right here?
Because there's no docking hatch.
You said there was
Yeah.
a door on it.
You said there was a door.
But it was not a docking hatch.
And your guys are like 3 feet away from it, which makes the transport minimally.
Or hear me out here. We extend our shields over the craft, and then we create an air corridor, and we go over in an EV suit. Problem solved.
I like this plan.
Oh God.
I mean, if you want to do it, I'll give you a roll.
Please.
Yeah, let's do it that way, because transporting defeats the whole purpose of coming over here.
Yep, the captain, you guys had all that information. So yeah, we could do some fun stuff. Let's make this probably control engineering. We'll make it a difficulty 3 task. And I'll give it I'll spend 2 threat to give it a complication range of 2.
Can I assist?
If you can sell me on how you would be assisting in this, then I will consider.
Well, it's you're both doing it.
Well, it's not just that. We'll be
can-
taking power from the engines to extend the shields across to the other vessel. And I'm decent as a pilot. I'm good with engines.
I'll allow an assist to divert power from engines.
And take the momentum ELH.
No, I'm actually going to take 3 momentum.
Fair enough. No, that I will totally.
So, would power systems apply here? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives me a focus.
Yes.
I don't need help. I got this.
Wow.
Should probably have the shuttle assist with something. Probably,
I'll roll.
We
whatever
don't
it
need the
is.
shuttle. You could have just sent us both over in suits, full stop.
probably structure engineering.
Structure engineering. Okay.
That
you
looks
said
like a 7.
Okay, let's see. Complication range 2. You said.
Yes.
Okay, didn't succeed, but no complication either.
Yep. So you guys are back up to 4.
Are we?
Yep, it was difficulty 3, so...
Yep.
Oh, so we are.
Yeah, so you do the thing and you're able to jump over in suits, you said?
EV
Yes.
suits, yes.
Yep. Yeah, you're able to do it.
Alright,
You've
so,
sent the 2 worst people for this job.
would we assume that that gets us inside the thing, or are we now more or less like mag locked via boots to the exterior as we try to get the door open?
No, I'll let you guys inside because it's not a big deal. So you guys get into you open up the hatch and you enter the small cockpit. After a little rush of air to equalize the pressure with what you guys did outside. And you enter the cockpit, and there's only 2 seats, and a small area behind the seats where your suits magnetically cling to the ground.
The interior of this cockpit, are terminals lit up? Are there switches and buttons?
Yeah, there's switches and buttons. Everything's lit up. You could kind of see some damage where maybe someone might have got thrown into, but for the most part, everything's on. There's a few red caution lights about.
Hey, do you want a competition?
Whatever do you mean?
Let's top and tail. I'll fix what's happening in the cockpit. You fix the engine. Let's see who finds out more.
Sure, why not? Winner has to set up the captain with a certification.
I've been doing that already for
Losing.
quite some time.
Motherfucker.
Alright, well, we go do the thing. I start working and seeing what I can glean from the engines, and he works on the cockpit and all that.
Okay, so to get into the engine core, nestled in the little area you're standing is a small hatch that leads to a crawl space, and that's how you have to get to the engine core. And
Fun.
and the space of the crawl space is really all you have to work with around the engine.
I mean, I'll do it. I don't have a problem doing it.
I am going to give you a +1 to complication range for working in the suit, however.
Fair.
So, at this point, tell me what you guys are trying to do, and I'll tell you what the role is.
I would want to stop the leaking of plasma, and I would want to try and see if any systems related to the engines can tell us about navigational data or about the species, because I never saw the aliens. We just beamed them straight to sickbay.
Mhm.
So if this is like first contact stuff, I want to learn as much as I can in as little time as possible.
Okay. These are more than one roles, however. So, let's start with one of these things first.
All right, well, stopping the engine from leaking seems like it's rather important, so let's start there.
Okay. Reason or insight plus engineering difficulty 2.
Okay. Would you say that power systems would also still apply here?
I would say no.
All right. I'm assuming experimental technology, same deal.
Probably not.
All right. I will take a momentum for a third die. And I roll 2 complications. GG me.
Are
Wait,
you
oh,
going to
God.
kill us both? God damn it.
Well, I think he can re-roll one, right?
Yeah, I can reroll 1, which I'll do for the 20, but that's,
And you can
still not-
spend momentum to get rid of the other one.
Nope, apparently just
Oh my-
complication.
Oh my God.
my word.
Oh my god.
All right.
Captain, I've trained the sensors on the ship for a while now, and I'm picking up some dumbassery over there.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, Ed, you have 2 complications to roll with.
I do. So the
Ooh.
question would be, do I give you any information from this?
Or ELH, you could spend a determination.
On this? No, I'll spend it when I have to beam my ass and a certain Tellarite back to the ship.
Please, I'll take the shuttle.
Oh boy.
All right. So I am going to give you a bit of information because I think you need it to continue the plot along. However, you have ruptured your suit trying to crawl into the space, and you estimate the suit's oxygen supply will not last for much longer, maybe 10 minutes.
Well, I mean,
And-
we are in an oxygen atmosphere thanks to the whole shield
right,
extending and all
yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's not a big deal. The other one, however, is you caused some minor damage to the engine that will also need to be repaired.
All right.
What
So,
did you do?
well, when they sent me over here to look at alien tech, I didn't think it would be so fragile.
Are you calling yourself an engineer? God damn it.
Yeah, how you doing up there in the cockpit, buddy?
I'll tell you in a second.
All right, Ved, what are you learning up there?
I am trying to find out their astral charts, see where they've been, where they were trying to go, what language it's in, how the controls work, if like how to fly it, general stuff of what I can glean from a cockpit.
All right, so you said a lot of stuff there that might be two different roles. So let's focus on one thing at a time here.
So astro charts and the controls.
Okay. Yeah, the controls are, I mean, you're an experienced pilot. The controls are pretty basic enough. A little too basic for your understanding, but you could figure out how to work the thing. As for the course, this will be either reason or insight, and I'll let you use your con, difficulty 4.
Well, I've got a focus in astral navigation, so I'm definitely using that.
That works for me.
I'll give you 1 threat and 2 momentum.
Okay, you guys are down to 1 momentum.
I will re-roll the 0.
Damn
Good job,
it,
buddy.
and
Good job.
what are these rolls today? So
All right.
Wait, what was the difficulty of the task?
Well, 4.
Uh,
So, Pend, not only are you not able to determine where exactly they came from, you are at least able to learn that they did come from inside the nebula. However, you seem to, in your while you were trying to figure out this information, you seem to have short-circuited some of the computer processing power. Or you seem to have short-circuited some of the computer processes.
You mean
Why
the
is it
engineer did?
sparking?
What did you do in the engines?
Don't worry. Why is it sparking?
Well, you were pissing around back then. It started sparking up here.
No. See, there's no connection between the engines and your shit. So why?
God damn
Okay,
shoddy engineers.
It's very clear here that we're dealing with primitive technology. It's clearly above you. So what we need to do at this point is we need to take a few moments, recollect ourselves, and try again.
I mean, are you capable enough of working on something so simple that's above you?
I just sort of laugh and I say, look, throwing my own insult back at me just seemingly makes you... You know what? I'm not even going to justify that with a response. I'm actually going to tap my comm badge and say, Zoha to the Kismet.
are we able to hear it through the nebula?
Yeah.
Okay. Kismet here.
So, in a royal line of mistakes and fuck-uppery that may or may not involve a certain Tellarite,
And
we're
reason.
going to need some spare parts and probably some additional information from the aliens. Have we heard anything from sickbay?
Have we?
You could play it as you're heading down there now.
Funny you should say that, Mr. Funny you should say that, Lieutenant Commander. I'm on my way down to sickbay to talk with our guest right now.
Good. Let us know when you find something because we're kind of blind in here for more than one reason.
What did you do?
You don't want to know. Trust me.
Pen to Kismet.
Kismet here?
Due to a series of unfortunate events with a dumbass engineer who's also damaged their own suit and the engines, we are unable to actually fix the vessel. Could you send over some parts, please?
I'm fairly certain that the Dupren should be stocked up with plenty of spare parts.
I mean, you could also send over a competent engineer if that's possible.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Kismet out.
This is awesome.
You can.
And I think with that, the captain is going to walk into sickbay.
Right.
Segways.
So then the question is,
Oh boy, oh boy, Zoha. Wouldn't it be great if we, I don't know, had like a free supporting character that could like do medical roles for us?
I mean, I can whip one up right away if we need one, but I was kind of saving mine for either science or command, but I
No,
can make it a medical.
No, I'm being facetious.
You know what? No, you made this happen. Give me a sheet.
I
I'm
mean, you
making
can
a
always
sheet.
use the sill.
Nope, I'm making occasion. Give me a sheet.
More occasions. Don't confuse the captain.
let me get hold on.
Ed, don't you dare.
Please.
I mean, because we could do some medical roles. It's fine with me. Because it would save me the trouble of figuring out exactly what you guys did.
If you want to give me like 5 minutes to put this in, I can have her ready by then. I just gotta throw everything inside.
Sure, go for it. We could take a 5-minute break and say hi to Evans.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, and we can update Evans on what's going on.
Ooh, good.
We found what appears to be a warp rocket out in the middle of a nebula.
Huh.
And we managed to beam off its very, very injured pilot, presumably, before...
Crew of 2, FYI.
Oh, was it a crew of 2?
Correct.
Oh. Wait, but we only found one life form aboard?
No, there are life forms.
Oh.
No, there was 2.
Oh, I thought you said it was one life form. Never mind. We got both of the pilots off, and they're in
One
sick
ship,
bay.
2 life forms.
Yeah, one ship, 2 life forms. And I sent Pend and Zoha over to take a look at the thing,
That was
And
a
they
good
just-
call.
and they just
Did a wonderful job.
rolled shit.
No. Wait a second. No. Compare the two rolls. 3 fuck-ups to 1 fuck-up.
Like, yikes.
That's still
Oh,
2
man.
people that are equal to 4 people fucking.
Like,
Yeah, but that's still 3 to 1.
wow.
I mean, it's making things more interesting on my end.
Like, I get the very distinct impression that Ed was supposed to give us information, but he just can't because we just rolled so badly.
And
Hey,
then,
don't
like,
say we. This isn't a whole thing here. This is them.
Yeah, this is. I will admit, I was if you had been maybe 3 minutes earlier, Evans, you would have also been with them, probably.
oh,
I mean, I'm loving this new combination of me and the engineer. Just
Oh,
constant shit talking.
Yes.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh, great. Who is our new?
Cation.
Wait, where is? Oh, so.
I'm in the
mm,
process of moving it to the Kismet support.
Way.
Yay! Oh, yay! Yay! So yeah, Captain walks into sick bay.
Doors, music, where are you?
Sick bay ambience.
It's on. I
Okay.
don't know if it's not loud, but it's on.
Oh, okay. I assume it's like, is it a nurse or a doctor?
It could be the
She-
Ducation.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be the Nucation. She's a senior chief specialist, so probably a nurse.
Okay. Well, nurse, how are our patients looking?
So Sarir turns around, gives you a very toothy grin, and says, "Well, I was actually just about to revive them, or try to anyway. Take a look for yourselves." And I motion at description of aliens here on the bio
Yes.
bed.
All right, so the alien race is a humanoid race that looks almost exactly similar to humans, except they have a very pronounced protrusion of the brows over the eyes. One of the aliens is clearly a male, and one is clearly a female.
Ah, yes, the classic forehead ridges. I have heard so much about. Looks like the prosthetics department was having a week off. Got it.
Sarir just looks at you like you're an idiot and says, "Sir, are you feeling okay?"
She's joined the rest of the crew.
I'm fine. Anywho, are they stable?
They appear to be, yes.
Okay,
So I can't say as much for your mental state. And I just take the tricorder, go from the aliens to the captain, and just start scanning away.
And he waves you off. If you would, please.
Very well. I put what am I looking for here? Computer, just on the safe side, please erect a level 3 force field around the bio beds, please.
And the computer gives the affirmative beep.
Cool. And then I load up a hypospray and go to the male and revive them.
Ooh, here we go.
So, is it both or one?
Just the male for the time being.
Okay. So the male wakes up. It starts opening his eyes, looks up, and kind of is like taken aback a little bit at his surroundings.
It's all right. You're safe here. Can you tell us your name?
Where am I?
You're on
Oh.
you're on the starship Kismet. We're a United Federation of Planets vessel.
And he looks around. My ship.
It's still in one piece, as far as we can tell.
And with you saying that, he looks rather relieved.
Yeah, we got you out of there just in time.
I don't understand what happened. The test was going so nicely.
A test. So this was an experimental craft?
Correct. Where's my lines of dialogue, damn it? This test flight was the first attempt at a peaceful joint effort on my planet.
Joint effort?
Yes, my planet is divided into 5 nation states, and we are always in constant conflict with each other. This was it was our hope that this would be a step toward peaceful coexistence on our planet.
I see. And your attempt was to, I presume, travel faster than light for the first time?
That was the attempt. I don't know if we did it.
Well, and he looks around and he says, I'd say you succeeded. Might have overshot it a little.
It's at this point that Sarir kind of says, "A moment, please," and pulls the captain aside. Sir, I don't think I have to quote the Prime Directive at you, but I'm pretty sure that applies here. We should not be talking to these people.
On the contrary, I saw it myself. This ship dropped out of warp. These people are warp capable.
But by their own admission, they literally just did it hours ago. I do not think that we are prepared to be the first aliens they encounter.
Well, whether or not we should be the first aliens they encounter is a bit beyond the point. We are the first aliens they've encountered, and now we have to make the best of it.
Very well. Just know that if I see anything that I deem violates the Prime Directive, I may enact a certain doctor or nurse's prerogative.
As is your right.
Very well. You can keep talking to them. Just know that I'm listening.
Right. The captain turns back and he faces the guy on the, I assume he's sitting up.
Yeah, probably sitting on a biobed at this point.
All right. Well then, could I have your name?
Shiza.
That's odd. That's a German name.
I didn't make names.
No, he actually said Shiza, as in like, oh god.
No, I know. I'm
name.
just being a smartass. Hey, I'm the linguistics here.
Oh yeah. Oh god, he asked me for a name. No, don't
God
worry.
damn it.
I have the same problem with the Hadfield, where I don't have a name prepared, and they're like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Just say whatever name comes to mind, Ed.
I am named Trep.
Well, Trep, and he sort of bends down to his level and he holds out his hand. Captain Harmon Grennan.
Captain, is that some kind of military designation?
In a sense.
Well, Captain, might I ask how you came to find us?
We're an exploration vessel. We wander the stars looking for new things, and, well, you and your little ship certainly fit that description.
The ship. It is important to my planet, Captain, that we return back to the planet intact.
Of course.
I-
I have my top engineer working on it right now.
Bullshit!
I fear that if this ship does not make it back to the planet, that it could start another incident, possibly even leading to war.
I see. Well, in that case, we should get you on your way. How long were you guys traveling for?
It was only meant to be a short test. I think our pilot, and he points to his female companion, mentioned something about the matter-antimatter ratio being off.
That's helpful. That's very helpful.
I, without prompting, go over and hypospray the pilot.
Before you do that, he says, it might be better if you don't wake the pilot.
I pause mid-motion and look at him questioningly.
And by the way, as he's talking to Cecile, I'm trying to get a good read on him.
Also, this is Sarir. Get your cations right.
Wow, Grennan. Fucking wow.
Oh God, am I racist now?
Racist furry.
Oh God, I'm the worst. I am worse than Khan.
You see, Captain, my pilot is from the state Jastua. And they are a very powerful, if not paranoid, nation on our planet. And if they see us in this environment, she might suspect that we had planned this all along and could see this as a prompt to start another deadly war.
I see. In that case, I have a suggestion for you. For the time being, until we've repaired your vessel, we'll provide you with quarters. Then we'll wake her up.
I still think it would be better if she had no knowledge of being here.
She deserves to know what's going on just as much as you. Besides, I want to know her side of the story.
Okay. Captain,
Am I breaking
I
up?
just sort of give you a look that says no.
For the time being, you are our guest. For the time being. Your situation is very unique, and us Starfleet members have a obligation to not interfere.
I
Is that
must
a-
have.
What?
So I'm just trying to get the phrases right here. So you said she has a right to know.
Hmm.
The
Yeah, she's a-
Cation said, Captain, no. Then you go on to say, you are a guest here.
For the time being.
Captain, I must insist on this course of action.
I understand that you insist, but right now you're on our vessel, and we're your only hope of getting your ship repaired.
How badly was the ship damaged?
Honestly, right now, I have no idea.
Engineers
But as
Who
I-
fault.
reroutes a conduit this way? Why would you do this?
Well, you're the dumbass who keeps messing with it.
Look, calling me a dumbass every 5 seconds isn't gonna help the situation.
Well, stop being a
Smash cut.
dumbass.
Smash
Stop
cut.
being a smartass.
Smash cut back to Grennan. I have my top men on it.
Very good, Captain. I guess I have no choice but to leave our care to you.
Understood. And I go to the room and I open the door and I call in Mr. Evans. Well, I assume the way I've set this up is that he's standing outside,
Oh, okay.
just for narrative purposes. Mr. Evans, would you please show kind Mr. Trepp here to his temporary quarters?
It is
Of
at this
course.
point that Sarir actually does step forward and say, belay that one moment. Captain, remember about that prerogative?
The Prime Directive.
Yes, I think it's very clear we're dealing with a tumultuous society here, based on what we've just been told. These are not the kind of people we want to expose to the rest of our ship.
Understood. Mr. Evans, do you think you could find a path to a suitable quarters that would expose Mr. Trepier to the least of our ship as possible?
Well, sir, why can't we just keep them here?
And the captain gives a side glance over to the pilot.
She's not going to wake up anytime soon, sir.
On the contrary, I very much would like to speak with her.
Well, you're going to have to find another nurse to do it then, because as of this moment, I refuse to do anything more that would endanger the Prime Directive.
Actually, could we move her up to some quarters and then reawaken her there?
As I said, you'd have to find another nurse.
Very well.
And on the note of moving this conscious fellow to quarters, surely that would be less harmful exposing him to hallways and some quarters rather than leaving him in our medical bay where he would see even more the longer he's there.
Yeah, that's also very much a problem. I'd much rather have them be around a bed and
a replicator, and a view outside, and computer access. It's just not a good idea.
we can turn those things off. Sickbay needs to continue functioning.
Well, unless something blows up, narrator, something blows up, we're fine in here. This is the most excitement we've had all week.
I just do not feel comfortable in only having one side of the story here.
Well, I mean, as I said, you're more than welcome to do it yourself, and I hand you the hypo spray, but this is my official objection to any such order.
Understood. And
Oh, and let me make one thing clear, Captain. You might have a crush on another Cation, but don't think that shit's gonna fly with me. And I realize as soon as those words are out of my mouth that I'm way overstepping my bounds. I say, "Oh, sorry, sir."
And you just see just the absolute shock, just, slack-jawed. He's holding his finger out, like he's ready to say something, but he has no idea what he is going to say here.
Have you been talking to Pent?
You have shut Captain Grennan up, and that is an achievement.
And yet he still talks.
No shit.
Just beat
Sorry,
red.
Captain.
Just beat red. He is beat red.
And Evans is just looking up at the top of the door jamb now, just avoiding eye contact with anyone.
That's a nice door.
I'm gonna take that hypo spray now, and he just takes it and turns around.
All right, yeah. And unless Sarir's needed, she has taken her hands off this whole situation.
Mr. Evans, please show Mr. Tripp to his room.
That I will.
And he follows Evans without incident.
Okay. And the captain is going to the hypo spray into into the woman's neck.
And she slowly starts to come to. And as soon as she sees you, she jumps out of the seat as quickly as she can and says, "Who are you?"
Easy, easy. My name is Captain Harmon Grennan. You're okay.
I knew this whole flight was a Griordrana trick. I'm warning you, will not take me alive.
Look, I don't want any trouble. Your ship was badly damaged.
I knew this was a plot. I knew they found a powerful ally out in the stars. I knew this was a bad idea. And she's getting ready to she's getting really defensive at this point.
Oh dear.
I'm just watching from the other room. I may have replicated popcorn.
Look, I understand that you're apprehensive about this. Trep warned me.
And she'll grab like a surgical tray and throw it at you.
Well, thanks to that force field, it bounces off the force field.
Good call.
Yeah, bad.
Although, to be fair, he is in there with her.
Yes, so I'm probably still gonna have to dodge.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, give me a fitness security difficulty. Yeah, we'll say 2.
Okay. I'm not gonna spend any.
Improvised weapon and such.
I'm gonna. Oh dear. I don't have any focuses for this. Oh, for fuck's sake!
She knocks him out. She knocks him out. Please.
I think that has to be the natural course of action here.
Alright, so as the tray knocks Gret into the floor, Sarir sighs and says, "Computer, please flood the sick bay, or not the sick bay, the bio beds with anestazine gas, please."
and she falls to the ground, passed out.
Okay, who's acting first officer at this point? I look to Evans, or I tap my comm badge. Chief Sarir to Evans. Evans, please come in.
And Evans, you see the mess near the bio beds.
Oh my god.
How did this happen?
The captain acted against his proper judgment and decided to wake her. The results are as you see.
So, like, how? Was she really quick, or are the captain's reflexes that poor?
Let's just say the captain moved into it. I could have the EMH reenacted for you.
Please.
EMH, or computer, please activate the emergency medical hologram.
Oh, you got rid of that.
We got rid of that.
Oh.
No!
Oh, this is true.
No, when I was saying if only we had a medical NPC to help us out, that's what I was saying. I was being facetious about the fact that you told us to get rid of the EMH.
Well, I mean, it's also one of the things where I wasn't sure if that meant it still was like completely ripped out, or if we were just going on the assumption that, yeah, you can still have the EMH, it's just not a supporting character kind of a thing. So if we don't have the EMH, never mind. Instead,
I don't think we don't have the EMH.
If you want to help me get them onto bio beds, I now have a captain to treat.
Oh joy.
Oh my fucking god.
Medical report. Captain is a dumbass, got knocked out by a medical tray.
Lieutenant Evans, you are the acting first officer on the ship at the moment, I believe. What are your orders at this point? You were there when I told the captain off, and I'm gonna catch hell for it, I'm sure, but I still stand by what I said.
Wake her again.
How quickly can we have the captain revived?
Well, that depends if he has a fucking concussion, of course. It's gonna be a few hours.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I will give you the heal injury task if you absolutely need him up now.
Evans, fix him.
I mean, your call, Evans. We can do that, or we could just, speed of plot. We'll revive him eventually.
Oh my god.
Evans, put his concussion back in place.
This isn't a shoulder pend.
You could definitely tell this is to Evan's character. He is not ready to take command of the ship.
Sir, if I would recommend, perhaps we don't rush this. A concussion is a very dangerous thing if not treated properly.
Okay.
Very well. Nurse, if you could come in here and help me. And I work on the captain, and other nurse works on, well, I guess the woman is anesthetizine, so she's out.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's just me. Just me working on the captain.
Oh
All right.
my god. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What am I looking for? Here we are.
You're looking for new players because my fucking god.
So if you're trying to heal the captain, it'll be
Mhm.
controlled medicine difficulty 2.
Sure. Do we have any momentum after the scene change or no?
You do not.
Oh shoot.
Okay. Unless diagnosis as a focus applies here, she does not have one.
Okay, you're just gonna have to roll. Oh
You've just diagnosed him with a concussion.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just straight roll and no. You know what? Sarir's bold. She told off the captain. She's gonna give you 3 threat because she believes. She believed.
That is
Man,
correct, and you get a momentum out of it.
Oh my god.
And you patch up the captain, take care of the cut on his head, give him something for the concussion, a little mild sedative. And if you want to revive him, you can.
I look to Evans. He is in a good state. I can revive him. It is your call, sir. Just tell me what to do.
Well, if you can revive him without danger, I would go ahead and do that.
Very well. You might want to stand back for this one. And I hypospray the captain.
Oh god, I feel like I just got hit by an experimental warp rocket.
Because you did. Because you didn't listen.
Oh god, what the... And he looks over and he sees the the unconscious woman on the bio bed. Oh, that's right.
So, just to bring you up to speed, Captain, you have a mild concussion now. You're not to make any tremendously rash decisions, even though I know you're going to make them anyway. But, yeah, just so you know, now not only do we have to erase the memories of that woman, we now have to erase the memories. It's a whole mess.
Oh god. Look, can you stop writing me about this later? All 3 of you?
Phrasing.
Phrasing indeed.
I don't even care anymore. Oh god, my head.
Yeah, how about you lie here for a few minutes, catch your breath, and think about what you've done. And then I put him in the corner and make him think about what he's done.
Oh.
Also, I apologize for shanghaiing this session, but my god.
Nope, this is beautiful. I think we should probably go back to Zoha and Pend.
What do you mean it takes a Type-C connector?
My God. And you say you're a qualified engineer. Get out of that fucking tube. Let me do it. Let some competent fix an engine.
No, you're the one who brought me this shit in the first place. I said a Type-C, not a Type-D.
Just fix the fucking engine.
I would, but the smell is getting to me. Have you bathed recently?
Oh no.
I mean, usually I like the sight of it rising on the knees, but this is just torture at this stage.
Are you blind as well as dumb? I'm on my back.
I mean, same thing with you.
I don't even. All right, have we learned anything new? Have I been able to get parts and fix things? What's going on?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, in the time you spent here arguing with Pend, you can fix the ship. I do have tasks set up for it, but you got to tell me what you're doing.
All right. Well, again, I want to try and fix the engine so it's not leaking anymore.
Okay.
So repairing whatever damage I did, hopefully in the process.
What you did.
Well, I gotta fix your fuck up too, so don't worry, we'll get to that.
Well, you fucked up more than I did.
It's still a fuck up.
Okay, so to fix the leaking plasma and the slight damage to that, let's go ahead and make this a difficulty 3 task. Complication range will be 2. Probably using control engineering.
Okay. I'm gonna take that momentum for a third.
Go for it. Please.
Much better. And you get that momentum back.
Yep. And you're able to stop the plasma leak, and you buff out the dent you caused to the warp engine.
Cool. At this point, I'd like to, with the engine stabilized, ? I'd like to, well, what else is wrong with this? Oh, right, the sparking console. I guess I'm gonna go fix the sparking console now.
I'll fix the sparking console.
Okay, I'll just sit here and provide snide commentary.
Well, that's what you're already doing.
All right, Pend. To fix the damaged console, let's make this a difficulty 3 task. I'm going to increase the complication range to 3, however.
Seems fair.
Using 2 threats, so it would have been a complication range 2 normally. So 3 difficulty, 3 complication. Probably control, and I'll even let you use daring in this case. With engineering.
Well, instead of engineering, with my flight controller perk, if it's anything to do with the flight controls or a warp core, I can use my con instead.
It does not.
What, with the helm control?
I'm going to roll a d6. A 1, 2, or 3, you can. A 4, 5, or 6, you cannot. You cannot.
Okay, can I use a focus in small craft?
No.
Helm operations? No?
No.
You want to take a momentum? Come on, Ed already has plenty of goddamn threat.
How would you like some threat, Ed?
I think you always know the answer to that, Mr. Bend.
How would you like a D6's worth?
I will take a d6's worth of threat.
You can have the full 6.
No!
And I will take the full 6 like a champ, Mr. Pend.
Pend, you maniac.
So, looks like you're having problems there, buddy.
Fixed it, motherfucker!
Did you?
Did you really?
I needed 3.
He fixes it, and then another console blows out.
Yep.
Another 2 consoles. Oh god. You
So,
guys are gonna die on here. You realize that, right?
Mr. Pend, you are able to repair that console, but the one next to it overloads as you try to shunt power between the two. And you are going to take 2, 4, 5 points of damage. Which I would believe is an injury.
Unless I spend a determination.
That is true.
Couldn't I just spend the determination to roll those 2 dice again as well?
You could.
Do it.
Yeah, okay, I'll try for the 2 dice.
Yeah, we could use some momentum to be 100% honest. Yes!
Yeah.
That's 3 momentum. Ah, that feels good. Okay. So he's good.
See, I can fix stuff without them blowing up.
Barely.
Excuse me.
Oof.
That was loud.
Yeah, that was really loud.
All
So
right.
what's left in terms of need fixing on this boat?
So it is a question of parts to repair the ratio between matter and antimatter.
Well, because we use the Type 7, I can roll Insight Engineering at difficulty 2, and if so, you still get to determine what we find, but we might find something on the Type 7.
Mm-hmm.
Take a momentum.
Yeah, I'm going to take a momentum. Yep, I got 2. That's all we need. And I guess I can re-roll that 0 because cautious. Yep, still nothing.
It's okay.
You figure that you could probably cannibalize parts from the shuttle itself to replace the inferior parts that were used on this ship.
Okay, so I think at this point I would tap my comm badge and say, Zoha to Kismet. Kismet, please come in.
Kismet here.
Have we learned anything about our aliens, Captain?
Yes, we have.
Because looking at this, I'm judging that they're a pre-warp society on the threshold. Is that about right?
Yep, that's about right.
Well, I have the option of putting in fresh parts, more advanced parts from our shuttle, but otherwise they're going to be stuck with broken components.
What are the chances that you could fix it up without the parts from the shuttle?
GM?
It is possible, but it will be more difficult.
Well, if you help get rid of a certain Tellarite that's handing me the wrong tools and give me someone competent, I think it could be done within a few hours.
I don't know if I can send you over anyone right now, but
Pentakismet.
All right. You don't sound great there, Captain.
Yeah, I took a bit of a header.
You what?
Somebody threw a surgical tray at me.
Was you trying to chat up the evocation again?
What?
Probably. It sounds like a captain thing to do.
Oh, God. My head.
All right, Captain. I'll let you get back to your dreams of Cation women. Zoha out.
And again, just anyone who sees the captain, just bright red, jaw agape, just...
And I turn to Pend and I say, well, I think we can agree on one thing. The captain, far too easy to bully.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, we've been calling each other dumbass and smartass, but clearly he's the dumbass.
Right. I mean, how the hell do you get knocked out by a surgical tray?
by being a dumbass.
Exactly.
Oh no.
All right, so let's be serious here for a moment, Pend. We have a choice here, and I don't think the captain is, and I motion at my head, all there at the moment. So, do you think we should risk violating the Prime Directive and replace these parts with advanced one?
I mean, probably as a last case scenario, but if we do, it would have to be extremely hidden. But I'll see what we can do first.
Right, that's what I'm worried about, though. Like, even if well, let me ask this out of character. The construction of this ship, is it at all similar to standard Starfleet? Because I think Starfleet uses, what is it, tritanium? Like, is it anywhere close to what Starfleet's normal stuff uses?
It is very, it is similar in a way. The trick is anyone looking at the components could tell right away that they're not from, it's not an original design, or it's not the original piece. So the trick would be replicating the parts to make a what's the word I'm looking for? A believable facsimile of the part.
All right. In that case, I pull up my tricorder and give the components in question a very thorough scan.
Mhm.
And then I hand the tricorder to Pend and I say, all right, again, being serious here, I need you to replicate what I've just scanned and get it to me as soon as possible.
That would require me taking the shuttle, or have we got a replicator on the shuttle?
I think we've got one on a Type 7.
I would believe so. It's the fairly large one, so it should be able to handle it.
Yeah. The Type 7 is like almost runabout size, so yeah.
Well, yeah, that's no problem. I'll start replicating these. You get that suit changed, considering you've got a tear.
And almost as if noticing it for the first time, I guess also bring back a sealant for the suit, and I'll do just that.
Okay, I'll get started on that.
Okay, so Pend, to replicate the parts, there's going to be a control engineering task. The difficulty will be 3, and you can be assisted by the shuttle's. What the hell would it be? Structure engineering is what I'm thinking.
I would argue computers because it's doing off of scan.
That's the one I couldn't think of. Yes, computers engineering would work for me. I knew that didn't sound right when I said structure.
And is it a comp 1?
Yes, complication range 1.
Can I use small craft?
I'm going to use some of this threat you gave me to go ahead and increase the complication to 2.
Nice.
Take a momentum.
Can I use small craft as a focus?
No, because you're trying to replicate parts. You're not trying to operate a small craft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got to try.
So, are you going to take a momentum?
I'll take 3.
I would say, yeah, take it all.
Okay, so we're down to 0.
I mean,
Yay.
I'm a pilot with a 2 in engineering doing this.
Nope, that's fair. That's so totally fair.
So I'm rolling 4 dice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the ship doesn't assist you.
Oh well, that's a failure. Oh well.
So, you're still able to replicate the parts, because this is definitely falls into the success at cost area.
Oh joy.
So you're able to replicate a part, Mr. Pend.
Sweet.
And as far as you can tell, it's a working part.
Dope.
Well, I'll take the part and I'll take the sealant back across. Well, from what the replicator can do, this is the best it can do at the moment. So I'll have a look
Alright,
at
well,
how it
first
fits. You sort out your sealant.
Yeah. So I seal up my suit and I take a very brief glance at the component because I'm not going to metagame it. Unless it looks like, even to my eyes, like it's about to explode, I'm just going to assume the replicator did its job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So to repair the ship using this part, and this is including complications and the like from earlier. Or actually, no. So just the one thing. Okay, so this will be a difficulty 4, complication 4
Oh God.
task.
Can I assist?
No, this is done inside that small little area.
Now might be a good time to spend that determination of yours.
Right. All right. I think at this point, I would definitely use my value, understands technology better than people, mostly.
Mhm.
So that'll give me 2 auto successes. And then, since it's a complication range 4, you said control engineering, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, which pretty much means if I don't succeed, I'm crit failing anyway. So let's go ahead and just give you 3 threat so that I roll 4. And let's see what happens. Actually, no, wait. It
So
would only
it-
be.
Yeah, so you could give me 2 threat to roll another dice, and that
Yeah,
would
so-
equal 4 total.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm only going to give you the 2 threat.
Hey.
You know, paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was 4, so you get 3 momentum.
That's 7 successes. Nice.
So you replace the part, and you do notice that the replication process did cause flaws in the process, but it's still a good. You were still able to work around that and adjust the intermix ratio of the warp engines, and now it's humming like it should.
All right. Well, good job, Pen. I commend you on your ability to work a computer. And through the suit, I give you a wink. Now let's get the hell out of here before something else explodes back on the ship.
Well, at the rate this thing keeps going, I won't be surprised.
All right. So you guys get back to your shuttle, and we could just say that you guys get back to the ship.
I think just as a point of order to make beaming better in the future, we'd maybe tow it closer to the ship, but like not inside or anything.
What, like put it in the Kismet's orbit, to speak?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. I only react to what you guys do, so.
I mean, that's probably something me as a pilot could do. I could put it in the ship's orbit. Just to match up to make sure no collisions.
I mean, I believe.
Cool. So anyway, back on the ship, the away team probably is just docked or landed in the shuttle bay. The captain and everyone else is doing their various things, so we could take it from there.
I mean, it's quite surprising how simple that shuttle was, but it's been a while since either of our species has been that simple.
Right. It actually was kind of nice, you know, with you yelling at me and vice versa. It was almost like I was on that historic journey that Cochrane took.
Well, there's something nice about actually having people who fight back instead of just get all blushy and shy and shit.
Yeah, about that, you and I need to have a conversation about something I have in mind for the captain, and I'm going to whisper it to you on Discord rather than say it out loud.
No matter what you type, I've already got this planned out.
Well, we're gonna add on to it.
Oh no. Oh no, how fucked am I?
But yeah, I agree. I have got something planned with the captain and Cecile. If you wish to join in my little plan, because I know Evans loves to join in.
I will lend my support to this cause.
Then welcome aboard, and hopefully everyone should have a good time. Especially the captain and Cecile.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I think that's probably enough from us two.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably at that point that you walk onto the bridge.
How did you get hit in the head by a medical tray?
Let's just say that one of the two pilots on that ship was not in the mood to talk.
I mean, why did you get inside of medical shielding?
One of the nurses refused to wake her up. She was worried about the Prime Directive, and, well, again, it's a tough situation, but strictly speaking, they have broken the warp barrier.
I mean, that's pushing it, Captain.
How so?
I mean, yes, they've hit warp, but from how simple it was, it's more like they somehow dumb locked into warp.
Not from what I heard. I heard that this was the goal of their project. They were trying to achieve faster than light travel, and they did it.
They might have been trying to, but from how it was set up, it's a miracle it actually worked.
Well, miracle or no, it worked.
Well, as long as you're happy and... have you got a concussion? Because it looks like you've got a concussion.
Yes, I got a bit of a concussion. I know. But Sarir checked me out. I think I'm good.
What is it with you around these Cations?
Don't even get me started. Not in the mood for it today.
Whatever suits you, Captain. I don't want to get on your bad side.
Okay.
All right, so I believe there's just the case of the aliens to deal with.
Yep. Gotta figure out what I'm trying to work out a plan for that.
Could call one of those senior officer meeting type things.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I think I'll call a senior officer meeting with all the senior officers.
As soon as we all walk in, remember people, no loud noises. He has a concussion. Okay? No loud noises.
What?
And the captain just sits down and he's rubbing his temple. Okay, I need options.
Turn their ship around, drug them, and send them on the way.
It would be... We could do that, but at the same time, one of them is fully aware of our existence, and the other is mildly aware of our existence. And the fact that one of them is mildly aware of our existence is a big problem, considering her personality thus observed.
She knocked you out.
Yes, she knocked me out. Get your chuckles.
Ed, I guess Ed and Captain question. Who's representing medical at the senior staff?
Oh
Ooh.
no. Oh no.
Should
Oh, no.
Sarir be there as well?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Because it's important, because Sarir would have an idea.
Correct.
Okay.
So Sarir, after very pointedly looking at the captain, pointing, chuckling for just a split second, and saying, "Sir, all jokes aside, I mean, their biology seems similar enough to humans that I could potentially erase their memory of the past few days."
And if they do remember, it's just a fever dream.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. How hard would it be to pull off?
Well, assuming you don't get any more trays thrown at me in the process, it should be fairly straightforward.
All right, and I think, all things considered, we could make it. Once they come to, they might just attribute the memory loss and the fuzzy memory to the incomplete nature of their ship. But
Best we can hope for, really.
But okay, so that settles what we're gonna do with them. But there's still one problem. We don't know where they came from.
If you want, I can go back on their shuttle and go through their records again. See if I can find anything.
So, did they not leave any kind of an ion trail or anything we could track?
Not in this nebula.
That is an excellent point.
I think the only thing really I found out from the first look is that they are from within the nebula.
In the nebula. All right. Well then, Mr. Pend, Mr. Jenner, go down to Astrometrics and see if you can figure something out. We know the general direction they came from, and according to Lieutenant Commander Zoha's readings, this ship can't travel too far. There are only so many stars in the nearby area that it could have possibly come from.
Fair enough, shouldn't be too hard to at least pinpoint the possibilities.
Well, that's your job then. Sarir, do what you need to do to get our guest prepped.
Very well. Have that one that you took off to quarters, have him brought back to sickbay, and I'll get things done.
All right. Mr. Evans, you see to it that Mr. Trepp is brought down to sickbay.
Will do. See to it you don't get any more concussions.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go lie down. I'll be in my quarters if you need anything. Right, miss. And the captain gets up and he leaves.
As soon as he leaves the room, did that dumbass really get knocked out by a tray?
Yeah, I watched it happen.
Wow.
Did you know he actually dodged into the path of the tray?
How's that possible?
Sarir just sort of shrugs. Apparently the captain finds a way.
Astounding. Truly. Astounding.
Also, just because I feel like I may have overstepped my bounds with him earlier, if for some reason I get kicked off ship, it's been fun playing with you guys. As I mix both in and out of character there.
No, that was good. It was fine.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was last week where I accidentally put the Cation joke in canon.
Yeah. Yeah, you opened the Pandora's box and Jesus.
Yeah, we should probably get to work.
Yeah.
Was it not Varo that actually made the wiki page?
Yeah, he
it
made the
was.
wiki page, but I was the one who brought it up in session.
Ah.
Okay, so as I had said it, I want Pend and Jenner to work on figuring out where they came from, and I want Evans and Sarir to take care of the two aliens.
All right. What do we want to do first?
Why not Sarir?
Cool. All right, so we'll just go ahead and put both aliens in sickbay. Evans did his thing. You're prepping whatever you need to. So what are we doing?
I'd have to look it up on Memory Alpha, but there is a standard procedure that Crusher's done on TNG like a billion times. But it would be whatever the standard memory engram wipe, either drug or procedure, would be.
Do. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what task that would be. Are you doing it for one or both?
For both.
Okay. So I'm gonna make this. I think I gotta make this pretty difficult. So I'll have a base difficulty of 3 and a base complication range of 2. I'm gonna spend 4 threat to make the difficulty 5. And I'm going to spend 2 more threat to make the complication 3.
Okay, so
difficulty 5, complication 3. Reasoner control and medicine, and I think you could be assisted by the ship's sensor or computers medicine.
Can Evans assist?
I will allow Evans to assist because Evans actually has a medical stat.
All right, question. Does xenobiology play here?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to give you 4 threat as I take 2 momentum and 4 threat to roll 4 or 5 total dice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what happens. I don't need it. Sarir knows what the hell she's doing.
Oh my god.
Where were these rolls earlier?
I know, right?
Had 9 successes?
Yep. Evans assist and ship assist.
Yep, please give me the assist. Comp range is 3 for both.
It doesn't. We have enough momentum that we can.
I know, but I would want to make you spend it.
Yeah. How much threat do you have, Ed?
A lot.
You're welcome.
We've given him over 20 this entire session.
And I
That's
mean-
right. The Sarix crew, I think, gave me over 30.
I mean, I would like to point out one thing. So far, we're at 9. We've still got 2 more rolls, which is Evans on the ship, to possibly make that one of the highest rolls we've ever done.
Okay, so it's reason medicine?
Reasoner control, I think.
Ooh, okay. And oh wait, I'm rolling 1 dice. I almost.
And there's one from the ship and one from him.
Hey, he actually helped in a medical roll.
Yeah, well, I did okay last time, Faro, I would think.
11 successes.
I think that might be tied.
Damn. All right. 6 momentum.
Okay. So we're at full.
Yep. So the medical task works out. You're able to successfully fudge the memories from the last couple of days.
So Sarir just kind of smiles, steps back, and says, "Well, there's a reason I'm not the full doctor, but I figure I do a bang-up job when it needs to be done."
Well, certainly look like you're doing exactly what you're doing.
Well, let's just say I trained for this sort of thing.
It almost looked like you've done this before.
Let's just say it may have been my focus at Starfleet Academy, and may or may not be one of the reasons why my best friend has no memory of prom night.
Ron
I
Evans.
was mildly concerned about that last part of that sentence.
Well, I give you that kind of toothy-cation smile. It's meant as a joke.
Who dropped?
My friend did. He didn't realize we'd be playing this late tonight.
Oh.
But next week he says he'll open up the schedule fully.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a big deal. We're getting to like the last rolls anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Pend, you're trying to find a planet.
Yes, so I'm trying to find their previous course, the warp trail they left within possible range of what the ship could have done.
Okay.
If you... Oh no. Oh no. I was gonna say, if you need an assist, you could always bring up Cecile.
Alright, I'm going to make this a difficulty 4 task, complication range 2.
What reason, Con?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're trying to plot a course or extrapolate a course. Probably the ship could assist with sensors, Con.
Maybe computers, Con?
Astro navigation for a focus.
Or computers, Con. Let's go computers, Con, so I can negate your thing.
Yeah, so considering I'm trying to actually plot a course, I'm guessing astro navigation would work.
Yeah.
Computer science, you said?
Con.
Computers con.
Would you like 1 threat and 5 momentum?
No, dude. You have all the momentum.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
he doesn't get a reroll.
I'm bold, Con. I need to give him a threat at minimum.
Okay, give him a threat, but then take 2 momentum.
Fine.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine. Just double clicking everything to make sure it's set right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you do get a reroll. Oh, and reroll that complication.
Yeah.
Although, I don't think that was enough, was it?
Got the ship.
Oh, computers con. Zoha, roll it.
I was gonna let you do it, but alright. No help from the ship.
Mm-hmm. So, Pen, do you think you're able to extrapolate an area that could be one of 4 star systems? But you definitely, with your experience on the ship, don't think it could go to each one.
Okay.
Is there a common point between all 4 that it could possibly get back to from?
What was the question?
So it's 4 different possibilities. Is there a point between all 4 of those planets of which it could get back to each 4 of them?
Like if we just left them off there.
Yeah,
would they be able to-
if I left them dead center, could they get back to each one of the planets?
Give me Insight Con. Let's go difficulty. Let's go difficulty 4. I'm going to make the complication range 3. And I'll allow the ship to assist with this with its sensors con.
Okay, take the 2 momentum again and spend a threat.
Yeah.
And because sensors are in play, difficulty goes down.
So
Correct.
the irony is, I've gone from a 9 and a 5 to a 7 and a 5.
Oof. So, oh, and re-roll that complication.
Oh.
Hey, that did it.
Nope.
And because it was because it was sensors con, the difficulty went down by 1.
Oh, there we go. It worked.
So, if they remember where their planet is, if the operation was successful, you think there's a point that you could put them smack dab in the middle that they could be like, oh, there's our planet.
Patent to Grennan.
Captain here.
So unfortunately, the nebula is having some issues with the sensors. I've narrowed it down to 4 possible planets, and there's a point of where we can leave them, where they would be able to reach any of the 4 planets, as long as they know what planet they're from.
Alright, well, I trust my medical staff, and all things considered, the last thing they'll remember is going to warp and then nothing, so awakening out in the middle of nowhere is probably for the better anyway.
Then that's perfect. Then I will plot a course and we'll drop them off.
Very good. Return to the bridge.
Yes, Captain.
Lieutenant Commander Zoha?
Yes, Captain.
Wait for the word from medical, and then prep our two intrepid space travelers for transport.
Done.
Right. I'm going to assume you're going to want to tow the ship in a tractor.
Probably.
Yeah, and we'll have Evans do that.
All right. Evans is going to be control security difficulty 2.
You want to take momentum, Evans?
I am going to increase the complication range to 2.
Okay.
Totally understandable.
Okay.
And I would love to take a momentum.
Yep. And what's the ship assist with?
Structure weapons, I believe.
I think it was structure security. Yeah.
Oh yes, security. Sorry. Yep. You know what I meant.
Mm-hmm. One of our best
Alright.
stats, but okay.
And then my focus of tactical systems.
Hey.
Ooh.
Just need ship, please.
Someone else do it.
I'll do
Sheet's
it.
not working for me.
Structure security. Hey. So that's 6 successes. So I
Mhm.
get 4 momentum.
Now we just need the warp task, which I'm going to make.
I don't like the sound of this.
Just going to be a base difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
Base complication 2. I'm going to spend 4 threat to make it a difficulty 4 complication 3.
Want to do the one threat 2 momentum penned?
What do you mean me? I thought that this would be an engineering role.
For warp? No, I thought that
No,
was
that's
con.
you. That's
Yep,
you.
this
Oh
is
no,
gonna-
we're
this is-
taking them to. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yep,
Ooh,
yep.
hang
You're
on.
warping the ship with the ship in the tractor beam
Oh,
to
hang on.
that point.
Pend has pushed the limits. When you attempt a contest that is increased in difficulty due to environmental conditions or damage to the engine, reduce the difficulty by 1.
This would apply, but I'm going to spend 2 more threat to put it back where I said it was.
All right, I am satisfied with that.
And it what's a control con?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do the 1 threat 2 momentum spend.
Yep, that's fine.
what's
And
the
confirming it was 3 complication, correct?
Yes. 4 difficulty, 3 complication.
And you said it's engines con.
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So, so Penn warps the ship to that location. You disengage the warp, and you warp out, leaving them to their fate, I'm assuming.
Well, we have to beam them over, don't we?
That happens.
Yeah, we did that already.
Yeah, we're gonna leave them, and they'll hopefully wake up no wiser to the
Yep.
experience.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be the end of Nothing Ventured.